Hey everybody, today we're looking at setting up a LAMP server with Terraform and specifically a LAMP server with PHP 8 using Amazon Web Services. And the reason that we're using Ubuntu today, the main thing we're looking at is the initialization script. Is that a lot of the AMIs in the AMI catalog don't come with PHP 8, and I needed PHP 8 for a um, specific application, mainly the Drupal content management system. So um, I'm just going to run Terraform apply. This is not really intended to be a beginner's tutorial, but it's mainly just getting this initialization script out to everyone. So if you needed it, it'll just have it. So I can, while this is being created, because this probably takes around 10 minutes, we can walk through everything. In the main file, it's really basic. I'm using an access key and a secret key. I'm using US East 1. And the main thing about these AMI IDs is that they are region specific. So I was caught up before because I was looking at an AMI ID in a region that was not North Virginia. I'm in the United States. And I couldn't find the AMI there. So you have to switch your region and be in the same. Specifically, the AMI that I'm using is in the North American Virginia region, which is US East 1. But I also already have a subnet, and I also have a security group. And your key name, what you do is anytime you create an instance in Amazon, you have to specify the key, and that's a SSH key that you can use like PuTTY or just the SSH command line utility to log into. So you have to specify your key name, which corresponds to whatever your key name in the EC2. You see there's a key pairs. It'll tell you that all your key names in there. So let's look at our see how our Terraform. So you can see we already have an instance ID and an IP, but we're currently it's running through this initialization script, which is we're making a swap file because this isn't in a cluster or anything. It's not being load balanced. It's just a single isolated LAMP server running PHP 8. So I do create a swap file on there because I really don't care how slow it gets. This is just so we can do this without doing load balancing, clustering, and everything to keep it simple. We really don't need to back up FS tab, but do that anyway. Debian Ubuntu is based on Debian Linux distribution, so it actually will prompt you in the command line when you're setting up these commands to say yes or no. And so we say Debian front end. We set an environment variable saying Debian front end and non-interactive before all these commands because it will ask you yes or no, even if you specify yes. So we want to update all the packages, and with any Terraform script, you would want to update the VM to whatever you need to, and just do a few automated things. And then finally, what we do is we install Apache, we install MySQL, we install PHP, and then we create a PHP info file. Which, if you've ever done that, that's one of the main things you're trying to do is check the PHP information. But obviously, when you are up and running with this, you'd want to log in and delete the PHP info file because it constitutes a security risk. So we're waiting for all this to happen, and this doesn't happen instantly, so that's why we're taking the time to go through this. The rest of it, I just have outputs. I have a variables, but that has my keys and everything in it, so I'm not going to show that. So I would really recommend if you haven't looked into Terraform yet, you should definitely look at it. Terraform uses the notion, unlike Ansible, where it just wipes out everything and kind of destroys it and recreates it. And this becomes so powerful when you are trying to manage complex infrastructure. It's so complex to patch and manage 100 virtual machines that are out there in a cluster. It's a lot easier just to have your data stored in a different logical structural place and then wipe out all your VMs and recreate them. Or you can have a no downtime instance if you bring up another set or another cluster, and then you just switch over to that after you um, have patched everything. So it really kind of, in my opinion, changes the patch management landscape, which is just extremely difficult. So I'm actually navigating to this VM, and we can see if it's up yet. If it has completed everything. So here we have the default page, but see if we have our PHP info file yet. There it is. So it's already made it all the way up, and you'll see that it's running PHP version 8.12. And yeah, that just set up a VM as quickly as that. You'll see that I can show you my, only have 2 more virtual machines in here right now. You'll see there it is right there. I named it Ubuntu Lamp. So it's just right there, as quick as that. So I mean, doing all this from inside the Amazon Web Services interface would probably take a half hour, maybe. And then if you were to just go through the time, I mean, like I said, this took me probably less than a day total, maybe half a day, maybe like 3 hours total to go through and set up a initialization script. So, I mean, this is just such a powerful tool. I think a lot more people, a lot of people are already migrating to Terraform, and I can just see becoming an industry standard across the board because tracking running instances is so difficult, and managing patching on them, even if you have an automated tool, it's a really daunting task. So if you were just imagine you just wipe out your entire infrastructure and recreate it, or create a mirror infrastructure alongside it, I mean, you can do this so quickly. So anyway, thanks for your time. I hope this helps you out. I will link to the scripts that you see here online in the video description. So thanks a lot. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.